Hi, this is a CompuCell3D tutorial on the basics of using Player. The first step is to open Player. There are three ways you can do it. The first one is from your Anaconda terminal, activate your environment and run this python -m cc3d.player5. I press enter and it opens Player. The second way is from Twedit. There is this button here with the CompuCell3D logo. If you click here, it opens the player. However, the first and second methods, they do not guarantee you're loading the project you want. They will load the last loaded project. And in order to guarantee you're opening the simulation project you have open on Twedit, my preferred method is to right-click in my simulation project here and click Open in Player. This way, when Player opens, it automatically loads the simulation I have on Twedit. The problem with this is that the simulation starts running already, even though I didn't click any button. So I usually just click the pause button, which is the third one from left to right. Here we have play, here we have step, here we have pause, and here we have stop. I just click pause and the simulation pauses. Right here we have the step button, which gives the simulation one step only. It doesn't run continuously. So as you see here, I have MC step, which stands for Monte Carlo step number 15. If I give one step, it jumps to 16. If I go play, it will jump every 20 Monte Carlo steps, it will update. That's the settings I have here. If I hit pause, the simulation pauses. Sometimes the rendering also pauses, so I give it a couple steps, so it unfreezes. And the last button, the stop button, is not a pause. This finishes the simulation, so you cannot progress the simulation any longer. If I click stop, then if I click step, what happens is it loads another simulation of the same simulation project. So this is another instance of the simulation running from the beginning. Now these windows in Player, you can zoom in and zoom out the lattice. You can move the lattice around. You can move the window around, resize the window. You can tile, which automatically organizes all windows. You can create a new graphics window to have a different visualization of the lattice. Whenever you do this, also consider clicking tile again, so it auto-organizes everything. There is another option, which is cascade, that organizes the lattice views in a cascade. Sometimes the visualization breaks a little bit, so if you just reload the simulation, it saves the state in which you left the simulation previously. So if I do tile here, you see it's a bit screwy, but if I just reload the simulation, see, it loads with the saved settings from my previous modifications. Now we can also change our field of visualization. So for example, here I have, for example, a IFN field, I have a virus field, I have lots of things I can choose here to visualize. The cell field, of course, is your cells, but this is not a good simulation to demonstrate this, so I will load another simulation. And since this one is running, if I come here on File, you see that the option of opening a simulation file is not available, so I have to stop the simulation and then come here on File. So now I'm going to open a simulation file. I navigate to where my simulation is. So here I will find a nice 3D simulation. I click step instead of play, and here it launches this simulation. This is a three-dimensional simulation. So if I come here on the 3D view and click step a few times, you see my three-dimensional cell over here. I can move I can rotate with the left mouse button. I can also, by circling around, you rotate in the plane. By clicking with the right mouse button, you move the lattice sideways. If you select an XY view, you are seeing a cut, so you can move your cut up and down. So now I'm seeing the nucleus of the cell. If I move up, I don't see the cell anymore. If I get a XZ cut, for example, now I'm cutting the cell perpendicularly, and I can move my cut sideways. This is all cool. I can also select to see, for example, F-actin field. If I come to the 3D, you can see that this is a bright red. This is where the field is most intense, and the blue pixels is where the field is very low. Now back to this previous simulation, I want to show you how to visualize the cell border. So if I come here on visualization, this menu here, there is a cell borders option. Now I can see the borders of the cells. I can also choose to visualize clusters. In this simulation, each cell is a cluster of its own, so it doesn't make a difference. I can change the colors of the cell. So for example, this yellow cell, which is the type E, I can come here, click in this color box and change, for example, to green. And now I can customize the visualization of my cells. The player allows you to output the simulation snapshots. So coming here to Tools, Configuration, you can set up image save every certain number of Monte Carlo steps. You can set a screenshot resolution, the output. So in this case, if I come here to this output folder, you can see the snapshots of the simulation right here. But I won't go into the details of how to do this because there is another tutorial on how to set up image snapshot outputs. So I will just leave the link in the description for you to check out. And here I changed the simulation again because I want to show you how to control the simulation parameters on the fly while the simulation runs from player. So here I have some migration simulation running, and on the model editor panel, which you also can resize to maximize your space, I open, for example, the pots session. Here I can, for example, change the temperature to see what happens with the cell. So I will increase from 10 to 100, and we should see a change in the behavior of the cell. As you can see, the edges fluctuate more. If I go back to 10, normal fluctuation. Another test here, I can come to the volume and, for example, increase the volume of the cell to 200. So the cell grows. Let's see something fun. If I set the lambda volume to 0, we should see one plugin is dominating over the other. So, okay, that's how you manipulate the simulation parameters on the fly. Very powerful tool from player. And lastly, sometimes the player crashes for no obvious reason. It doesn't happen. It haven't happened to me nowadays with the modern versions of CompuCell. But if it happens to you and you don't know what's going on, it doesn't run any simulation on player. It's crashing over and over, even on simulations you knew should run. Then try deleting this sqlite file. So this file is inside the simulation folder of your simulation project. So here I have my simulation project and then a simulation folder here, and where you have the XML, the steppables, and there is this sqlite file which sets the visualization settings of player. If you delete this, player will reset. So if there is a crash going on, you can consider this as a debugging method. And that's all for this tutorial. If you have questions, leave a comment, or better yet, go to the CompuCell3D subreddit and we'll help you out.